first introduce yourself?
Oh, sure. I'm David Hanson. I founded Hanson Robotics, and I'm CEO. We're a Hong Kong-based humanoid robotics company making anthropomorphic robots. Some of them highly realistic, some of them more cartoon-like. All of them are social robots with the aspiration of achieving general intelligence, emotional intelligence, matching human level creativity, imagination, and all the rest.
Okay, so what do you think is the practical or the most, let's say, dominant part of the market for these kind of robots?
Well, so
and maybe you can give like a timeline. By the time as it gets better and better,
Yeah.
what would be the market for it?
there are a lot of markets that can utilize humanoid robots. We're thinking of them as animated characters.
Okay, so
And
so cinematic effects or
Well, really, any place where you would want physically embodied character
Exactly.
animation.
Yes.
And so we see the largest market opportunity for us is in consumer robots, which would mean lower cost toy-like robots that go into the home and serve as conversational companions, help with education, and also do a lot of the other kind of agent behaviors, intelligent assistant,
Right.
agent
Right.
type performances. The reason that animated characters would be valuable is that people respond to animated characters because we're wired that
Yeah,
way.
definitely.
We're wired for social interaction.
Sure.
And just as you can see pretty much any form in computer animation now, or video game characters, you could see the same for robotic agents. So just imagine that robots can be physically embodied computer animation. It's an alternative to augmented reality. It's an augmented reality where the characters pop out into our real world,
Right.
rather than appearing in some kind of
Display or
superimposed display. Yeah.
Okay, so you have spent a lot of efforts and sophistication on the kinematics of this robot here, which you call Sophie, right?
Sophia.
Sophia. Could you tell us a little bit about Sophia?
Sure. So the Sophia displays pretty much a full range of natural facial expressions, and we have a special skin material that requires very little.
And I have to add that it's pretty good actually.
Oh, thank
it looks
you.
pretty good.
The material folds and creases in a pretty natural looking way, has a subsurface scattering that's more natural than most materials that we know of. So it looks pretty human-like.
So in our platform, we'd like to imagine new
Yeah.
possibilities for different new practical possibilities for different technologies.
Okay.
And we actually had some brainstorming about humanoids as well. But what would be one thing that you can say about humanoids that people haven't thought about, that the application, one scenario that people haven't thought about or is very unheard of,
One of the things that may not be obvious, especially because it's under the hood of the robot, so to speak, meaning like the social countenance is a way of engaging natural behavior with people.
I see.
But from there, if you have AI configured correctly, then the AI can bootstrap like an infant, learning from a caretaker, learning from the physical world.
Right.
And so we have this cloud-based architecture that we've been developing. We call it Mind Cloud, which becomes a kind of collective unconscious from learning from this anonymized data. And in order to make it hyper secure, we've been looking at how we could apply the blockchain, safe, secure,
I see.
smart contracts, and transaction history, and people's data then go into an anonymized database in the data commons, and they license in or out. But then the machine learned models, they have a stake in those learned models. So the question is, how can we do a blockchain-based economy around this kind of potentially super intelligent machine? And if we do that, then and the machine estimates value in the economy, and we have a whole new way of running value. So if the machines learn from you with your data, you actually get returns. You're not just giving
Right.
free use of your data,
Time.
but in a sense, you're getting much more enhanced value out of the data. So what I'm saying is that if the architecture is set correctly, then the surprising thing is that these face-based interactions don't just serve one small application, but actually could radically transform the very fabric of the financial systems and the economies.
All right. Thank you so much for your time and
Yeah,
for
you're
this
welcome.
conversation.